Hey guys. Alright, so we're going to continue with unit rates. Remember, unit rate or constant proportionality just means amount per one. This is a very easy lesson, so stick with it, get through it, get 100 on your prove it, go home, have a nice weekend. Alright, first problem. Randy paid $40 for 5 skirts. Each shirt cost the same amount. Complete the table. This should be super easy. If I just divide y over x, 40 divided by 5 is 8, which means one shirt costs $8, which means 2 shirts cost $16, 3 shirts cost $24, and 4 shirts cost $32. Easy enough. If you want to write your unit rate equation, our unit rate here is 8, so just be y equals 8x, where x represents shirts and y represents price. Alright, let's go on. Alright, let's look at this graph. Fun thing about tables, you can turn them into graphs. And that's actually what the rest of the world does. So the first thing I'm going to do is I know that shirts are my x value, so I'm going to label my x-axis as shirts. And you should also be doing the same thing on your paper. My pen is your pen. And since y is the total price, I'm going to also label that. Now, here is the deal. This graph is too small to graph all of these points. We're going to graph as many as possible. And the first one we're going to graph is the point 0, 0, which simply means if I have no shirts, I didn't spend any money. So that's going to be the first one. And that point just goes right here. Again, my pen is your pen. Now let's graph our first set. 1 and 8. I can turn this into a coordinate pair, and that simply means for one shirt, it's going to cost me $8. Remember, the x and y, the x-axis is the one that goes straight across, and the y-axis is up and down. Now that's the last one I can graph on this graph, and that's how it's going to be for the rest of your practice, so please just try to do the best that you can. Just understand that every single one of these points you can graph on a graph. Alright, now let's answer our questions. How much does one shirt cost? Explain how you got your answer. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to recall our ACE framework from last year. Answer, calculate, explain. And the first thing I'm going to do is just answer the question. One shirt costs $8. I know this because I divided total cost by number of shirts and got 8. That answers the question completely. One shirt costs $8. That's my answer. We don't have any calculations to show, so we can just explain. I know this because I divided total cost by number of shirts and got 8. Let's look at the last piece. Is the relationship between shirts and total cost proportional? Explain how you know. As long as you remember that proportional just means that the unit rate is the same throughout, you can answer this question. So we know this relationship is proportional because the unit rate is the same. So I'm just going to go ahead and answer the question. The relationship, again, if you're not sure where to start, always restate your question. The relationship between shirts and total cost is proportional because the unit rate of $8 is constant. And again, guys, that's just essentially saying every single shirt is costing $8. The price value is not changing. All right, that's going to be it for me. Your practice is super easy today. When you are finished, there are links up on the SciTech webpage for you guys to get more practice. Please be good today. There'll be something in it for you on Monday if you are good. All right, guys, have a great Friday.